Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Joining me are my co-host, Ian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Joseph.
Yellow.
Jay Hugh will be joining us shortly, but he had not seen Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 4. I knew this before we sat down.
The Last Stark or something?
Yep.
The Last Stark. Last of the Stark?
Last of the Stark, something like that.
Close enough.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mostly this episode is follow-up to The Long Night.
Yep.
It starts off kind of celebration, or it starts off with the pyre burning, all the dead bodies. Funeral.
Yep.
Then goes into a celebration, and then it all kind of turned their attention onto the battle with Cersei, and the show kind of ending on the kind of first incursion of the last war, as Danny wants to say.
So before we get into this, I want to know right off the bat, did you guys like this episode or not like this
This episode is worse than Transformers.
Yeah, okay, I agree. It was way worse than Transformers.
It's worse than Transformers. I think I probably have a more positive opinion of it than you do. It felt like a generic... It felt like the norm of the last 2 years.
Yes,
That's exactly.
I know what I've realized. That's the show now.
But
that's just
So
the show.
I actually heard a really great theory about this. Everyone thinks that it's the actors ready to be done or whatever. It's the writers.
Oh, yeah.
They want to do something else.
Yeah.
Those two dudes are ready to move on. They want to get to their Star Wars shit. And so when they pitched it to HBO, they're like, oh, there's not enough. No, 100% there's enough.
Yes.
There was stuff in that episode that could have taken up a whole episode on its own.
I mean,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you guys have heard, this is literally a year-round job for them. Mm-hmm. They have been filming up until the point where they finish editing, and by the time they finish editing,
They start writing.
They start writing. Yeah.
And when we say writers, we mean the showrunners.
Yeah.
D.B. Weiss and
David
whatever.
Benioff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I can totally understand why you just
I
be
get it
fucking
from
burnt out.
Yeah, they're
But
burned out.
it's ruining the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. This was like 3 episodes they kind of squashed together because you're right. They're ready to wrap this shit
I mean,
up.
yeah, it's funny to me because I feel like the internet came down really hard on this episode. And to
Did
me,
they?
yeah.
Okay.
And to me, this episode, again, has been pretty par for the course for the last couple seasons.
The episode 2 was the only one I've liked this whole season. Where
Yeah.
I like
that
one
fire
and two.
scene-
One and two, I liked it.
But 2 definitely
best.
was the cut
Yeah.
above.
Yeah.
It was the best episode of the last 2 years. Episode 2 was.
Like you could have made this whole episode all about just the after part, like the funeral and then the drinking party. Like that was my favorite part of this episode. I like that part, like the sly
agree.
eye remarks, and it was the political, shady stuff going on.
That would have been a perfect kind of rebuttal to what episode 2 was.
Yep.
Whereas episode 2 was like the 12 hours leading up to it. This could have been the 12 hours post.
Sure.
And I think, again, if this were season 2, or if we had interest in continuing what made the show great, that's what it would have been.
Yep.
But
It's just everything feels rushed. Like John and Danny talking about him, Aegon and the Secret, right? And then he goes and tells Arya immediately after he swears he's not.
Yeah.
And then Sansa swears I'm not going to tell anything, and then she immediately tells.
yeah.
It's like those should have been cliffhangers.
In many
you know?
ways, that's 100% John's fault. Of course, that's going to fucking happen.
yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
The thing that got me the most about this episode is there was a lot of plot armor complaints for the third episode, and you just write off Tormund, Ghost, and Sam. You couldn't have killed one of those 3.
John didn't even give Ghost a pat on the
no,
head
it was
before he
fucking
left.
ridiculous.
Hey, will you take my dog?
I know. I hated that. Yeah, I really hated.
I mean,
that
to be
scene.
fair, it's about as much attention as they've paid to Ghost again the last 4 seasons.
It's fine if the showrunners don't want to give a crap about the dog.
It's fucked though.
But the character should care about the dog. He says, was it in the Battle of the Bastards? Or he turns to Sam at one point and says, I need him more than I need you.
Yeah.
That's how much Ghost was supposed to mean to Jon Snow.
I mean,
And Tormund deserved so much better than he got in that episode.
And also, why are they giving us sex scenes that we don't want? A Brienne sex scene, an Arya sex scene. Why are you doing this?
I think Brienne deserves a sex scene. However, I don't like this one. I don't like Brienne's anything in this episode. I think her and Jaime should get together. I just don't like the idea that it's when Jaime's really fucking drunk and is coming in and just throwing down. I feel like, again, this is me treating her like a real person instead of a fucking shitty character in a shitty TV show. But I feel like throughout her whole life, where she's been mocked and made fun of, and like no one has ever seen her that way, all that kind of stuff. I think one, she would be off put by the fact that Jaime is drunk and not, giving her full attention kind of thing. And two, she would 100% think that this is like a fucking joke, that this is good, like someone's trying to pull something on her. I do not believe that.
I don't know. They just went through this crazy battle. I could see, but it's just, you don't see. She should have died in the long night. She should have died. Her episode 2 gave her the perfect send off. She became the knight. Let her die. Like now, if you don't do anything else with her the rest of the show, and she just stays up north, it's a fucking waste. Yeah. Why did you have him hook up in the first place?
My issue with it was more so, and it's kind of my issue with the same thing with the Arya one, is that I like the idea that there could be a character, especially like that her and Jaime could have this like mutual respect, see each other as equals type thing.
Yeah.
And it feels like Jaime just fucking used her. And,
a little bit.
And so to me, it like, I don't know, kind of takes away from that.
But you see, I just for this one, I agree with you on the Arya one. For this one, I think that's something that she's been longing for her whole life.
That could be, yeah.
But she's never been willing to drop her guard enough to like go for it. And this is one of those. She like just drops her guard, and then Jaime hits it and quits it, goes back to Cersei.
The Jaime bit is like, again, I want to say it's misdirection, but knowing how shitty the show has gotten, I don't think it is anymore. Yeah. He says that, like she's vile and I am too, or whatever, like, and then could be like, I'm going to kill my sister, is what I'm thinking. Is you're saying she's terrible, I'm so terrible, I'm going to murder my sister. But that's not the impression he gives.
Nope.
It's that I'm going to go save her life. And it just sounds...
I don't know. Yeah, like I said, they're heavy-handed with the foreshadowing now. Like, if they really make Dany the evil queen... I hate this show so much.
John, look,
it needs to subvert at some point.
As far as setting things up, John is fucked.
Yeah.
So sending away ghosts. First off, it's never good. Getting rid of your direwolf is a bad sign.
100%.
And then
the only person it's worked out for
Rhaegal died.
Rhaegal died. Saying goodbye to Sam, your best friend, and then Sam being like, "Oh, well, if it's a boy, we're gonna name him John." It's like, oh,
awesome.
fuck,
awful.
Yeah. I hated Rhaegal dying.
Okay,
it was so fucking stupid.
Here's my problem with the Rhaegal dying. I gotta say this. Number one, Dany could easily fly around the other side of the ships, and someone was like, "Well, those things could turn around." No, they fucking can't.
No, they couldn't.
They would go through their sails and their mast. They would sink their own damn ships if they turned around. It makes no sense.
And also, they were so high in the sky. What were they, fucking submarines?
Yeah, I know.
How did you not see the fucking fleet of ships? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was my other complaint.
It made no fucking sense.
No sense.
And they
to kill Rhaegal.
They killed him like this.
I mean, to be fair, all we've learned about Dany in this whole show is that she's terrible at being a military commander, and she just thinks that you'd think that after her last dragon got murdered unexpectedly, that, oh, you know what, these dragons are a little bit more vulnerable than I think they are. Maybe I should cover them or not just flagrantly fly them around like an asshole.
I do have to defend Dany in one aspect. Everyone is telling her to calm down and chill out and stuff like that. Nothing but shit has really been happening to Dany for 2 years. I kind of understand why she's pissed off.
And you know what? One of the things I did like about this episode, and there's very few, and it's one of those things where I can't even hate the show as much as I used to because I just don't care as much. But one of the things that I think they actually did well is when Dany first came to Westeros, the people that she had around her were, essentially strangers to her, but they were also all cast-offs. They were also people who had nowhere else to go, and they all kind of banded up together as this little misfit band taking over Westeros. And now that she's come to Winterfell and all these reunions have happened, now she's the odd man out again because everyone's found their tribe. And I really liked that, the playing on that isolation.
I just think it undercuts her entire story. She spent 6 seasons getting armies, getting all these advisors.
Well,
they got wiped out in 8 episodes. All her people are gone.
Yeah.
The Dothraki's gone. Unsullied are gone. Missandei gone. Jorah gone. You know what?
We did call that one.
And again, Missandei could have died the last episode. I said she was going to die in episode 3.
Yep.
I was off by one friggin' episode.
I just think it's a bad way for her to die too. It doesn't. It just serves Dany and show.
Oh, she's the only woman of color on the show.
You make her death all about Dany. It makes no sense.
What I hate about that scene is if you wanted to kill Missandei, because I think I think it's the right decision to kill Missandei for Grey Worm.
Yes.
I think it does. I think it motivates Grey Worm. I'm fine with that. Like, there's obviously like a tragic love story between the two of them. One of them had to die.
Yeah, for sure. As far as bad tropes, we're already talking about killing the only woman of color in chains, and then using that death as primarily a motivation
for a white woman.
For her, for the white woman and for the man to be angry. I guess it's more fucked up.
What I was gonna say is they did it entirely wrong.
Yeah.
I'm fine that you set up this like tragic love story and it's apparent one of them is going to die. You could have had the exact same scene, Missandei not be there, and fucking kill Tyrion. Is what you should have done in that moment.
I mean, really,
that would have been way better.
Again, if we're pretending that these characters are real characters instead of a shitty characters in a shitty show, really, Cersei should have just fucking killed everybody.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. They're all right there.
Because why wouldn't you? Why would you fucking meet outside of her fucking gates?
Yeah.
With like 10 people.
God, it makes no sense.
It doesn't. There's no logic in it.
Why did they keep fucking pumping Euron up too? Euron came in 2 seasons ago, and now this dirty pirate has killed all the Sand Snakes, killed a dragon on his own. Wins every single battle. Like, they made him win every single at all, and I just don't buy it. They just give it to him, even though I don't believe it.
One of the scenes I really enjoyed was when Cersei is telling Euron something about our child, and then Euron does a surprise face, and then it goes a reaction face to Cersei, like, yeah, it's your child, and then he goes another reaction face and turns to Qyburn, and I'm positive the stage direction on that was just like acknowledged, like nod, but it wasn't just like a yes sir, that is accurate information. It was like, oh yeah, that's your baby.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was weird as fuck. I loved it though.
I like that Cersei did her wine drinking face, but with no wine.
Yeah,
like she did her like wine drinking smirk.
Yep.
And then Qyburn had the best line in the show, and Tyrion was like, I don't want to listen to children cry in the streets, and he's just like, it is an unpleasant sound.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, we're kind of agreeing, but I don't think we're, yeah.
Qyburn is totally cool with children crying in the streets.
One of the other few things I wanted to say that they did get right that I really liked, I felt like a lot of the character moments, payoff things were kind of forced. The one that I did like, and I feel like we've been waiting for a long time on, is the Hound and Sansa, with him talking about if
good.
Yeah, if she had come away from the Battle of Blackwater with him, and she's like, if I had done that, I would still be a little bird, and I loved that. It's so true.
Honestly, the Hound and Arya and the Hound with Sansa were probably the two best scenes for me. Like, them riding off at the end, too, was really good.
I'm so glad they've put a focus back on the Hound, because he really is one of the best parts of the show.
Absolutely.
Sansa to me is, I've seen people like compare her to Littlefinger now, and she's way different than Littlefinger in that she has balls. Like, Littlefinger was doing everything behind the scenes. Sansa don't care if you know. She's just manipulating the shit out of you.
She's also not a fucking monster.
No. Yeah. I think people think she is, but I don't get that impression.
Arya's 100% dead. We agree on that. She got her win, so she's going down.
That's my whole issue with Arya beating the Night King. I don't care. I think that's awesome, but that was her death sentence.
Yeah, 100%. It's like they got to subvert some of this because they're telegraphing all of their shit really, really hard.
Yeah.
A friend of mine texted me and was like, he actually really liked episode 3 because he thought it subverted the subversion. He was like, everyone had all these predictions and then it ended up not being that. I'm like, dude, that's just a defense.
Does your friend listen to this show?
No.
Oh, good, because he's probably an asshole.
And so it's just like, that's, people make up these crazy theories because they expect it out of Game of Thrones. You expect it to like turn it on in your head, and we just haven't gotten that in so long.
It's become very normal TV show. Yep. Which is fine. It's not bad. It's just not. I mean, it was exceptional in the first 4 seasons.
Either since Joffrey died or Cersei blowing up the Baylor. Those are the last 2 moments I can think where I was like legitimately shocked.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it being not a great show, but it is just frustrating because it started out that way, and now there's so much other good TV to watch. To be watching this fucking predictable, nonsense garbage.
Yeah.
The strength at the beginning had always been strong characters, and now we're just sacrificing characters to get through with the plot.
Yeah, it's all about plot now. Like I said, in this episode, they were at Winterfell. They were at Dragonstone. They were at King's Landing in one fucking episode.
It was hard to count even at Dragonstone because they were there like
for a second.
Also, how did Missandei get?
That's what I mean. None of it makes any sense.
Oh yeah, everything fucking irritates me. Because I love that they say that your fleet is gone and the dragon is dead and Missandei was captured. Missandei was the only fucking person that was captured. I understand that she's the only important person, but you wouldn't fucking tell your queen that 2,000 troops were captured or whatever. Fucking. Yeah. Also, I know that Dragonstone's supposed to be close to King's Landing, but is it fucking swimmable?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to assume Yara came and picked them up.
It doesn't fucking look like it.
That's the only thing I can think of.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a shit show, but there's only 2 episodes left, so we're going to fucking plow through.
And you're talking about the telegraphing. Yeah. God, just don't let Jon get on the throne. That's all I want. I just don't want Jon or Dany. I'm literally cool with anybody else.
No, Dany's definitely going to go. But
yeah, Dany. That's what I'm saying. They're telegraphing Dany to sacrifice herself for Jon.
I do like the fact.
I hate that.
I do like the fact that Varys is the first person that's like, you know what?
He's slimy. Well, this episode made him feel like, all right, look, you're jumping Kings a little too much
he's
now.
He's slimy, but at the same time, he's kind of right.
Yeah.
The thing about Varys, that's the only thing that made me mad is like, oh, Varys is back. Where has he been for 5 seasons?
Sure.
Like,
I did like the line where he's
a
like,
plot device.
Where he's
now.
like,
oh yeah.
I like the line where Varys like, how many people know? And Tyrion's like 8. Well, he goes, it's not a secret. That's information.
Yeah.
That was a good line.
That's true.
I like that.
That felt like Varys.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, but it's few and far between.
All right, let's get
we're done
here.
Thank you guys for listening. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter @realphonies and on Instagram @real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later this week.
Later.